I had a question this week. How do I know the status of my database? Is it healthy? Is it unhealthy? And how do I find this information in Infusionsoft? Now, it's a really good question and a really important question that everybody should be asking. But most of us don't, and that's a big problem. See, it's part of our business. Our database is our business. And if we don't monitor, if we don't report on it, if we don't know what's happening in it, then we're doing ourselves and our business a disservice, especially when it comes to email deliverability. So let's dive in and take a look at the reports we can create to see where and what to look for so that we know what we need to do for the health of our database. Okay, so in Infusionsoft, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the logo here, and we're going to go to Marketing and then to Reports. And let's just zoom in a little bit here. There we go. And we're going to go to this email status search report down here. And there we can see in this particular database there's 722 people, and you can see down here, there's all of these different details in here. So what we're going to do is do a search on each of these details to start looking into our database and looking into what that means. So I've got this template for you here, and I have to give credit. Mandy Brasseur from Streamline to Success is who taught me how to do this, and I have to just reach out to her and give her credit for this information because it's really, really cool. So what we're going to do now is just go across here like this, so we can have a look at both of these things on the screen at the same time. So I've got this report here. Of course, you can download this template from below. So what we're going to do in this report is just fill in these blank ones here, these dark grey ones, okay? All the rest have calculations in them, so we're just going to fill in these ones, okay? So what we're going to do is first we need today's date. Oh, that's not in the right spot, is it? I should be watching what I'm doing. Putting that up there. Let's get rid of that down there. And then the database all. Now we get the whole database from, if you go to your dashboard, there should be, down the bottom here, should be this contacts here. And you can see there's 711 contacts in this database. So we go in there 711. And then in here, the database number of emails, we go back to our report. So we Infusionsoft logo, and then we go to Marketing and then Reports, okay? And then we go to Email Status Search down here. And we can see here 722, which is a little bit weird that we've got more emails than we have contacts on the database, but that could be due to some duplicate records or something like that. So I'm just going to put the details in for now. That's not so important. It's more about this stuff down here. So now we need to work out how many people we can email, okay? So it's these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories are the amount of people that we can email on our database. So if we click to Edit Criteria and Columns, and it's logged me out, let's log back in. Okay, let's try that again. If we click to Edit Criteria and Columns, and then I'm just going to move this across. We need all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So unengaged marketable. We need unconfirmed. We need confirmed legacy. We need confirmed. And then the last one we need is soft bounce. Okay, so that's all of those 5 there. And then we scroll down and click on OK. So what that's going to tell me is 603 people we can email on this database, 603, okay? And then we're going to do each one of these individually. So if we go in here and we go, let's just move that across. So first I'm going to go unengaged marketable. And then we've got 341, okay? And then unconfirmed. We've got 211. Okay, and there's 0 people confirmed in that manner in this database. Okay, so now we can see, just having a look at this, of the 711, we'll go with that number for now, people on the database, There's 603 that we can email, 84% of the database we can email. So I'm curious to know now the details of this. So 15 or 16% of our database we can't email. So I want to see some more information on that. And the most important one here is this this unengaged marketable. 47% of the database is unengaged. Okay, so so these unengaged people means they haven't clicked, they haven't opened, and they haven't engaged with one of our emails, and that's a problem. That can be affecting our stats on our email stats if people just aren't engaging all the time, and it can also be affecting our deliverability. But more on that next week. Okay, so so for now we're going to go through the rest of this and then do a little bit more of a review. So we go to Edit Criteria and Columns. Now we're going to choose, and we just get down to the last one of the benefits of video there, and they're all through. So now what we can have a look at and see is what this means. So 16% of our database we can't email. And if you look down below, I've got a link to the qualification of all of these terms here for you, so you can understand a little bit more about what those terms are. Hard bounce, 37% people of hard bounce. Now I need to go through those hard bounce people and see if some of them are my customers. If they are, then I need to get on the phone and make sure that that they are updated in there. Opt out, 74% people have opted out. This is over all time, of course. No admin or system opt-outs, so done by the system. List unsubscribe, 4. They're just the same as opt-outs, really. 1 provided feedback, so that's very low, and reported spam, 2, which is also very low. These are 0% down here, and invalid email, 0%. So the things to look out for. Provided feedback, reported spam. If they get up into the percentiles, then you might have a problem, and you have to monitor that. Okay. Hard bounce. You want to make sure none of your customers are in there. Infusionsoft, when someone hard bounces, will never email them again until you update the email address and opt them back in. Okay. Opt-outs. They're still on your database, but they've opted out of your database. Okay. So what that means is, you can't email them because they've opted out, but all of their history and everything still sits in your database. So sometimes we want to keep that in there. Now looking at this, this is the most important thing to take from this one, which is the unengaged marketable. So there's 50% almost of this database is unengaged. So 50% of this database is potentially causing deliverability problems if we continue to email them time and time again, because if they're not interacting, if they're not engaging, then it could be affecting our domain's deliverability over time. So what I want you to do is start doing these reports on a regular basis, so you can have a look at your database, see where it sits, and then review the information to see if you need to take some action.